Chapter 8. Through the woods and within the cave it rifled through the parts it harvested. Intestines, liver, stomach, skin, ribs, lung, muscle. It looked at its own body, at the damage that was done by the dogs. Time had already done its work on the majority of its old flesh and organs, but thanks to East's dogs, it had to kill his friend and harvest from the corpse to treat the wounds. With its left hand, it ripped 5 of its ribs out from its own body, peeling the skin first. It reached inside and grabbed its left lung. It squeezed and pulled out the organ. Throwing the old lung to the side, it took the new one and shoved it into the newly empty space. It took the new set of ribs and placed it over top it. Using mud and moss, it held the new bones in place as it replaced the other parts. As a finishing touch, it wrapped the freshly peeled skin around the new organs. To hold it all together, it rubbed more moss and clay across its body. Now was time for the new parts to heal. It stood up and walked to the hole in the ground it had dug up several times before. It piled the dirt up to its waist, then stopped. At the end of the cave were 3 figures standing in line. It didn't say anything, and neither did they. It brought the mud over its head and closed its eyes. East examined his .44 Magnum. The handgun was given to him by his grandfather. He told him he bought it before one would require paperwork to purchase a firearm, and claimed that due to that fact, the gun now belongs to East when Grandpa gave it to him. Maybe not the best logic, but at this moment it wasn't important. East had to be sure it was still in working condition. Seems all right to me, he thought. The sounds of his father's footsteps broke his concentration. He quickly shut the closet door and put the gun in his pocket. "East, you down here?" Todd reached the bottom and saw his son in the back room of the basement. He knew immediately what he was, but chose to play dumb. "What are you doing down here?" he asked. "Just chillin'," East lied. "You gonna drive to the funeral on your own, or you want to ride with us?" "I'll drive myself," East said. Might hang out with some friends afterward." Todd nodded. "Okay." They stood there for a moment. Both of them were waiting for the other to move, or at least say something to make the awkwardness go away. Todd finally decided to break the silence. "You're looking for him, aren't you?" he asked. East didn't say anything, but Todd knew the answer. He sighed and stepped aside for his son to pass. "You're not gonna stop me?" East asked. His question was more of a statement than a question. "I know you, East. There is no stopping you." East gave a small nod before walking past his father to get to the stairs. Todd walked over to the closet and found the key was still in the lock. He pulled it out and walked to his son, who hadn't even gotten past the first step. "If you're gonna take something from the closet, remember to lock the door after." East turned around just in time to catch the key when Todd tossed it to him. When East was gone, Todd looked back at the closet. He didn't even want to imagine what East took from it. Knowing what he took would just lead to an argument, at which point East will still carry out whatever he's planning to do. Todd could only hope for the best.